Izzet Phoenix used to be one of the most popular and powerful decks in the modern metagame. That was until they banned Faithless Looting, but that recently got unbanned. When looking at this Phoenix list, this is a brew my brother came up with. It is playing some sweet combo cards. My favorite is DRC with all these cheap options, like Mistress Baubles and all the 1-drops, which allows you to bend Phoenix more often in this list. But we're also going to be abusing the new powerful equipment, Corey Steelcutter. This is a 2-drop that says equipped creature gets +1/+1 trample and haste, and it has the flurry ability where if you cast 2 spells during any turn, you get to create a 1/1 monk with prowess and equip this to it. And if you think that's hard to turn on, we have so many free spells with Lava Dart and Mistress Bauble alongside all of the 1-drop options. So we're going to be taking this sweet Phoenix list through a League of Modern to see if Phoenix is finally back in the modern metagame. Just a friendly reminder before the first match starts to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the play, and Certain Hand is a little too land heavy. More 6 is much stronger. We will keep and bin a Lava Dart. We're going to start on Fetch Shock, Preordain, and we're probably going to save the Bauble here. Then both of these, we just need a threat. Well, Pierce, not bad. Or also goes Fetch Shock into a Tamiyo. Another land off the top. We will finally cast our Bauble. Look at our top. Bolt. Pretty good. Play out Delta and just pass. And before the opponent attacks, we will bolt the Tamiyo. Opponent plays out a Bauble into a Saga. And an Emery Lurker the Lock. That is spooky. And instead, we will get a Surveil land. They didn't mill own over anything too crazy. We will bin a Bauble. All right, another Bauble. Guess we need to do some digging for a threat. DRC finally, that's a good one. Play that out. Play out Bauble. Bin a Dart. Guess we will Bauble the opponent. Land on top. Not terribly great. We will play out an Islet. I think we're just going to fire off this Manamorphose now as well. Another DRC. I think we are a little light on threats, so I'm fine taking this. Play that out, and we'll pass. Instead, opponent Baubles us, seeing our Thought Scour that we drew. Opponent plays out a land into a VV. They use Emery to cast out a Bauble from the yard. Okay, they cast a Repeal, picking up their Bauble and then recasting it out. Okay, we top deck a Lava Dart. We'll lead on Thought Scouring ourselves. Bin everything. All a Corey Steelcutter, milling over nothing too notable. We will go to combat. I guess we have to attack with everything. Don't have a choice. And then cast out our Steelcutter. Bending Dart and another DRC. And in step, they do Bauble us. Opponent uses their VV immediately to make a construct. Picking up a Soul Guide Lantern. Taking out a Lava Dart. And they pop our yard. Unfortunately, that works. Play out another Saga. Play out a Steelcutter themselves. And they recast a Lantern. And they do attack. And we're down to 4. And land off the top. Not very good. I think that is going to do it for us. They have a Lantern, nothing we can really do, so we'll scoop it up and get on to sideboarding. We're going to take out 2 Spell Pierce, a Sink, and 2 Thought Scour for 2 Meltdown, 2 Unholy Heat, and a Blood Moon. Game 2, starting hand looks pretty good. We're going to lead on a Bauble, looking at our top. Lava Dart, we definitely don't want that. We will just fetch and get a tap land. When it goes Foothills, we get a Manamorphose and a Meltdown. We will play out our Surveil land. Guess another land's not the end of the world. We do have Faithless Looting that we can just get rid of stuff with, so we'll cast that, and we'll get rid of 2 lands. Instead, opponent does Surveil. Play out a Spire Bluff Canal into a Steelcutter and a Bauble as well. Manamorphose number 2. I think we're going to lead on firing off one of these. DRC is a great pickup here. Play it out, we will fetch, pick up a Mountain, fire off another Manamorphose, and a Dart, make double red, top decking a Bolt. I think we will just Bolt face here. Hopefully finding a Phoenix. Awesome. Then we will Faithless Looting. And a land. Another Phoenix, please. Unfortunate. And we'll get rid of a Meltdown and I think an Unholy Heat. Combat, bring back Phoenix, and attack in for 3. Opponent plays out a fetch land, picking up an island, and then cast a Flame of Anor. Taking out a DRC, and they attack in for 3. Ah, okay, this makes sense. They see a Blood Moon on top. That's why they fetched out the mountain, or the island. We'll play out DRC, play out a Preordain. Thought Scour. I do think that's pretty good. We just want more Phoenixes. Bottom, top, Thought Scour ourselves, then a Bauble, and unfortunately we drew the Phoenix. So we'll just attack in for 3. I'm gonna cast out an EI. Opponent exiles a Saga, playing it out. They have a Soul Guide Lantern, so annoying. They do take out a Dart, and attack in for 4. Okay, and they do pop the Lantern now, which I do think is helpful for us. Lava Dart, not awful. I believe we just slam Blood Moon here. It'll turn off their Saga. Steelcutter is a great draw as well. Attack in for 3. Opponent plays out another Steelcutter into an Opal. I think that might be lethal. And yes, that is lethal. All right, well, we will scoop it up and get on to the next game. Unfortunate. We're on the play, and starting hand looks great. We'll lead on turn 1 Mountain into Faithless Looting, and we'll just bend 2 lands, saving the Baubles for DRC or Steelcutters. Opponent fires off a Bauble, looking at their own top, playing out a Scolding Tarn. Steelcutter off the top, great. Play that out, add a Bauble, and opponent Fetch Shock bolts the Monk. Interesting. And we'll Bauble their top card now. Seen an Unholy Heat. We pick up a Lava Dart, play out a Bauble, play out a Looting. Ooh, those are 2 good ones. We will discard Dart, Phoenix. Don't think we're going to sack a Mountain to get it back a Phoenix, because we know they have a Unholy Heat in their hand. Back in for 2. And instead, they do bolt our our monk. Guess the opponent's on oops all red removal. They been in a holy heat, another land. Okay, opponent fetches out an island and plays out a Matoya Archon Elder. Preordain off the top, great pickup here. We will bolt Matoya, will dart it, get a creature off of Corey Steelcutter. Preordain. I think we're just gonna bottom both. RC, great pickup here. The Phoenix, and I skip through combat. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Well, we're getting back into the swing of things, guys. EI for the opponent. Opponent exiles a Bauble, playing it out, looking at our top, and they do another Surveil. Spinning a Rag Morphos off the top, great pickup here. Play DRC, play out a Morphos, a bunch of triggers. Second DRC seems pretty good to me. We'll make double red DRC, and we'll save the bolt here. Back in with everything. And opponent should be heating one of these, and they do, taking out our Phoenix. Another EI for the opponent, and they just scoop it up there. Let's get on to sideboarding. We're gonna bring in 2 heats for 2 Thought Scours. Game 2 starting hand is fantastic, best hand we've had. Opponent goes turn 1, fetch shock Ragavan. Team then at the top for us. We will shock that in, and we'll just start the. Oh no, 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 no. Mistakes have been made. Don't make the right play from here. Taking the rust off, guys. One connects with Ragavan, exiling a DRC. It's annoying. One plays our DRC. They play Island Go, Bobble off the top. We'll play that. Look at our top here. Thought Scour. Seems pretty good. We will keep it. We will play at our DRC. Wow. Counter spell for the opponent. We draw our Thought Scour. We'll fetch now. Pick up a mountain. And we'll just dart the Ragavan. One plays out a Bobble. And they bin a Preordain. Then they cast out an EI. Kept a card on top. Exile a Bobble. Play it out. Play out a Flood Churn as well. Then they look at our top card. Back in for 3. Bolt off the top. Life total is getting a little low here. So we will get an island. Play out Steelcutter. Then bolt the DRC. One looks at our top card again. And we'll poke in for 2. Instead, opponent surveils keeping the card on top. They play out another DRC into an expressive iteration. Oh, they find a Soul Guide Lantern. Pretty rough. And they do take out our Phoenix. Bobble off the top for us. We'll play out Bobble. And I think we're just going to fire a Faithless Looting off from the yard. Just use it before we lose it. And we will bin Island Thought Scour. Combat. Attacking with the team. Opponent does pop the Lantern. I think this is fine. I mean, it is a little bit annoying. They get to eat our monk, but I'm fine with it. And we will bobble them. A Consider. One plays out a Matoya. They bolt our monk, drawing a card. Back in for 3. Bobble off the top for us. Play out Bobble. Look at our top. A Lava Dart. We will bolt the DRC. Go to combat, attack in. See if they block. Not. I think get rid of the Lava Dart. Yeah, I mean, it's not great, but we'll get rid of it. Hope we find something better. One plays out another DRC. Considers. Bobbles. They're drawing a card off of all this. Bolt the monk. Another Unholy Heat. Unfortunately, not going to do it, so we'll scoop it up and get on to game 3. Game 3 starting hand looks fantastic. I believe we're supposed to conceal somewhat that we are on double Phoenix Faithless Looting hand, so we'll just lead on a Scalding Tarn. When it goes turn 1 DRC, we will surveil. Oh, DRC is great. Keep that. Play out our DRC, and we'll just play out our land tapped here. Opponent has this Soul Guide Lantern. They surveil a land of the yard and exile our land. They do offer the trade. I think we're going to take it. Another Phoenix. Okay. Preordain. I think we are going to top both, and we're going to be on the hard cast Phoenix plan. Instead, opponent considers. Opponent casts out an EI, exiling a surveil land. We'll shotgun our Steam Vents and slam a Phoenix. Ooh, a Murktide for the opponent. Another land for us. Yes, we will play another Phoenix, and they counter it. Okay. Well, we will attack. No blocks. Nice. We're going to conceal that we have a land in hand. Opponent attacks in for 6. Opponent shocks in the Steam Vents. All right, another Phoenix. Combat, attack in for 6. And they do heat one of our Phoenixes. Opponent attacks in for another 6. Okay, we'll thin our deck because it's the last turn anyways. Lava Dart. Technically lethal. I guess we're going to combat here. Feels kind of wrong doing this, but hey. Lead on Bolt. And we will dart the opponent. Oh no, what do they got? Force negation? Oh no. All right. Faithless Looting. Come on. Blocker or Bolt or Lava Dart. Okay, blocker works. No, it's not a blocker. Wait, no. Wow. Unfortunate. I guess we'll do the thing. Make them pop their lantern. Be sad. Sequencing was really poor, I believe. Yep, an opponent sees the line. Oh, we will move on to the next match. We're on the draw, and starting hand looks great. One goes turn 1 Land War Race into an Ancient, revealing an Eldrazi Temple. We'll lead on turn 1 Shockland, top decking an island, and pass. One plays out a Springleaf Drum, we will spell into a Blade of the Blade. Top deck another land, play out island. MTGO from the opponent. Another Steel Cutter off the top. Shotgun Steam Bones, play out a Steel Cutter. Oh, they sage you it. That's fine with us. I think we'll just get this fair land. And we'll bin a dart. Nothing from the opponent. DRC off the top, we'll go island, play out a Steel Cutter into another Steel Cutter, and we'll attack in for 2. And on the end step, opponent goes Kozilek's Command, drawing and making some Scions. One plays out a Glaring Fleshraker into another Blade of the Blood. So let's just bolt the Fleshraker. Might be the incorrect timing. I'm pretty sure we can't beat 2 Fleshrakers anyway. So, and in response, they cast a Kozilek, exiling our monk and making some Scion. And we're so land heavy. I think on the end step here, we will Lava Dart one token. This means that we do get to have 2 monks. And off the top for us, we will play out a DRC. Then fire off a Faithless Looting. Unfortunately, I think we just have to bend the bolt. Wow, wow, wow. A lot of lands. Guess we will keep the Islet in hand. Guess we're playing it out, unfortunately. Back in for 8. Hope they don't have a Flush Raker, which I don't think they do. They would have played it last turn. What is this? We might still be able to win. Yeah, opponent ends up just like taking our turn and casting a lot of spells in the less optimal way, but still pretty good for us. And they're even going to bring back our Phoenix, I believe. And they attack and taking out our DRC, but we have more than lethal here. We'll play out our land, go to combat, attacking with everything, and they scoop it up on to sideboarding. We're going to take out 4 darts, 2 Spell Pierce, Sink, and Thought Scour for Blood Moon, 3 Consign to Memory, 2 Smash Smithereens, and 2 Unholy Heats. Game 2, starting hand looks pretty good. One goes turn 1 Surveil, binning a Cosmix Command. Bolt off the top for us. We will fetch shock, lay out DRC, double bobble. I don't think we want a Surveil land, and we definitely don't want Manamorphose. And we will look at the opponent's top card, in a Vexing Bobble. And when opponent plays out a Vexing Bobble, I don't think that really bothers us at all. Then we will look at their top card again, in a Malevolent Rumble. You get a Phoenix and another DRC, so we'll preordain and a Phoenix. I guess it doesn't really matter because I think we will just be fetch shocking here. I'm playing out another DRC and we'll attack in for 3. Opponent casts out their Rumble and opponent takes a Gravedigger's Cage off of that. We will untap, drawing a Lightning Bolt, cast Manamorphose. I think we just want lands at this point, so Steel Cutter, no. DRC is good enough. It's another threat. DRC, preordain. Another bolt? Sure. I mean, we'll just have 3 bolts. Sounds good enough to me. Then Faithless Looting, top bolt. Back in for 6. Next turn we have 6 damage in hand, 9 on board. Another Rumble. Very underwhelming. One picks up an Eldrazi Temple. I can't imagine this game isn't over. Haywire Might, sure. Not really understanding why that's in the deck. Back in. Owns that 2, and we'll bolt them. Pop a smash, and we take them down. Let's get on to the next match. Unfortunately, my audio in match 4 and 5 were messed up, so we're going to have to skip through them. We lost both of these games. They were very interesting, and we'll go to the wrap-up. So overall, 2-3, pretty good. This might be a little bit longer of a video. Haven't done a video in a second. Kind of getting back in the swing of things. I might have done a little too much rambling. Who knows? Appreciate anyone that's gotten this far. As for changes I would make to the deck, I think this is something, again, this is my brother's deck, so I'm going to be brutal and kind of shitty towards him. Yes, Thing in the Ice is terrible, completely useless. I think he already came up with that idea after playing it himself, but for anyone watching, would not recommend the Thing. Nice. Not a very good card. I think the meta has switched up a lot, where before I don't remember, the one with VV just came out, Final Fantasy set, Boros Energy was a lot more popular. Granted, we didn't face any Boros Energy in this league, and I do think it's still a prevalent deck. I just don't think Thing in the Ice is something that you want to answer that. I'd much rather more Unholy Heats. That felt very powerful throughout the league. I think having that in the sideboard, great option, although my only issue with it is that it does kind of go into the same problem of hit by the graveyard, which we're doing. So maybe there's something that we could switch instead. Maybe Dismember is an okay spot. I know it costs 4 life, but it seems like a fine card. And then as for the main deck, I think something I told him as well, I want one more threat. I really have an issue with the threat count. I don't think 4 Steel Cutter, 4 DRC, and that being it is a good enough threat count. I want to at least add 2 more. I don't know where the cuts are, whether that's Spell Pierce because it's a little bit more of a fringe sideboard or a fringe case scenario, but it's nice to get rid of, or it's Sink into Stupor, which we never really use, and I think 17 lands, not having a modal face land is pretty fine. Just making some cuts for 2 cards that could be like Sprite Dragon, Murktide Region. There's a million things it could be. Now I'm saying Murktide Region, you probably don't want Murktide because it's another graveyard creature, so it'd be a little awkward. It honestly could be Oculus. Oculus is a great card, and this deck fills up the graveyard pretty consistently. Lands in this deck, it's not too hard. Again, runs into the same problem, but a lot of things that you could consider. Hope you all liked the video. Please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next